Okay, order of operations, what we're going to go over today. Our learning target today is students can use order of operations to simplify expressions. So we're going to go over problems. I'm going to go over what the correct order of operations are, and so that if you have multi-step expressions here, you know what order in which to go through the operations. Okay, make sure you write that down. If you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll be moving on to the next slide. Okay, here are order of operations, guys, at least for what we need to know. First thing you do is anything inside parentheses, or any grouping symbol for that. So that could look like that. Those are some parentheses. They could look like that, or they could be a bracket, like that. So those are just some grouping symbols, some parentheses, what they would look like, brackets. So you do anything inside there first. Once you're done with your parentheses, then you're going to go down to your exponents, which we've been talking about. So once you do your exponents, you are done with that step. You're going to go to step 3, which is multiply or divide, whichever comes first, left to right. So you might divide before you multiply. A lot of people think multiplication comes before division, but they are equal. So it's left to right. Whichever one occurs first is the one you're going to do. Once you're done with multiplying and dividing, finally you're going to do your adding or subtracting. Again, left to right. So you have to pay attention to what order the number's written in, and we will do that. Okay, so make sure you write down your order of operations and what order you're going to do them. When you're done, we're going to move on to the next slide. If you need to pause, go ahead and do that now. Okay, we've just got some examples to go over, and then we will call it a day. So what I want you guys to do in some examples, some of these basic ones, is we're going to start listing out our properties. I want you to get in the habit of thinking about what you're doing each step. So when I look at this problem, I notice I have parentheses. So my first step is to do the parentheses. So first, I'm going to work in the parentheses. So that's going to be my 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay, so I do 3 plus 5 is 8, and then I rewrite the rest of the problem, which is 8 divided by 2. The second step is to divide. So next I'm going to divide, and that is 4. I want you to notice how I rewrote my problem and how it's going to kind of come down to a triangle shape here as I work through my problem. You rework, and I want you working down. Okay, that was a 2-step problem. I rewrote it, and I'm working down. I really want you to get in the habit of doing that. You're going to have to do that for full credit on your tests and quizzes in my class. Okay, in example B, we have 5 squared times 3. So when I look at my order of list, I have no parentheses, but I do have an exponent. So I'm going to do the exponent first. 5 squared is 25 times 3. So first, I'm going to do the exponent. Okay, first step was the exponent. Then I have 25 times 3, which is 75. So second, I multiplied. Okay, so we're really going to get in the habit. We're going to list our steps and what we have to do. Again, working down in a triangular fashion, moving down. I don't want a series of equal signs going across your piece of paper in one line. You have to work down. Okay, if you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll be moving on to my next slide. Alright, in our next examples, we have a few more steps to do in these. So in this step, I have 38 minus, in parentheses, 8 minus 6, and that is, parentheses is cubed. So first I'm going to do inside the parentheses. So that's going to be 8 minus 6, which is 2. Okay, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to get the cubed is going to come out there, and I'm still going to rewrite the entire problem. That is key. So step number 1 was my parentheses. Okay. Alright, now step 2, I have subtraction and I have exponents, so the exponents is next. So I'm going to rewrite the 38 minus 2 to the third power is 8. You should start to get to know that by now. So my second step was exponents. And then my last step is my leftover subtraction, so that is 38 minus 8, which is 30. And so my subtraction was last. So those are my 3 steps, and notice my work filters down like a triangle to my final answer. Okay, in D, I have my parentheses. I can do my parentheses at the same time. Okay, so I'm doing my parentheses first. 25 plus 5 is 30, times 10 minus 7 is 3. Okay, you could do those, sorry, that's step 1. You could do those separately if you wanted to. You could do 25 plus 5 in one step, and then in the next step do 10 minus 3. Sometimes you have to do that, and this one you can do them at the same time. And then my second step is to multiply. 30 times 3 is 90. Again, working down into my fashion. In all these answers, you should end up with one answer when you're done. Okay? Then, if you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll be moving on to my next example. Okay, in my next example, I got a lot going on. So first thing I notice is I have some parentheses. So first I'm going to do is my parentheses. Okay, 5 minus 2 is 3. I rewrite the rest of the problem. 9 squared divided by 3 plus 3. Once I'm done with my parentheses, guys, you can drop the parentheses around the number. It's not doing anything to the number anymore. Okay, now I have an exponent, I have division, and I have addition. So I'm going to have to do my exponent next, because that's what's next. So do my exponent. So 9 squared is 81 divided by 3 plus 3. Notice I rewrite the entire problem. I have it. So I don't need to look up above anymore. Whenever I write my step, I can have all the information I need. So now I have division and addition. So the next step is division. 81 divided by 3 is 27, so I do 27 plus 3. And then the last step is addition. Okay, and 27 plus 3 is 30. Again, look at my work moving down in a triangle to my final answer of 30. Okay, so that's how I want your work to look when you're doing your examples. We are going to practice writing, so you can get in the habit of writing what you're doing each step. You're going to have to do that for some of your problems to explain and to really understand your order of operations. Okay, that is it. If you need to go back and watch anything, go ahead. Otherwise, have a great night.